Welcome to another episode of Who Woke the Bear? And today's bear is the iconic actor Sylvester Stallone.
There was no one to root for. And I also feel that films are very cyclic, so I wanted to get back into the cycle of the films of the 40s and the 50s where people say, hey, gee, I missed the good old films, yet Hollywood hasn't taken heed and hasn't made any good old-fashioned type films where morality was at the forefront. So I took the opportunity to write this particular film, of course, being somewhat selfish because I had myself in mind for it.
You have our sympathies, Mr. Stallone, because we are as done with these pronouns tongue twisters as you are.
What's going on with this country in general nowadays? Does that mean like your generation? Seriously. Come on. And these pronouns. What the fuck is with the pronouns? He, she, him, they, the, boom, bang, ba, fang, cool. You know what my pronoun is? Mm-hmm. Guess. Time's up. Okay. It, as in it, can't take this shit anymore.
Now, for those of you thinking this is from a movie, rest assured, this guy has shown the same bravery in real life. This generation can never match Stallone's solidity because this guy cherishes hard work even when it is tiring.
They don't even allow these today because they're so dangerous. But that's what they used when I did the film. They're barely 6 ounces, they're reyes, and they're literally lethal. So I still have them because it's a time when people were tougher. Sorry, they were. Life is just getting a little easier and easier and easier. And, oh, that's great, it's wonderful, but it's not. I think when we force ourselves into tough situations, that's what the human creature is supposed to do. They're not supposed to have wheels on their suitcases. They're not supposed to have lawnmowers with engines that pull them along. It's a convenience, no question, but it just makes things easier. Now with AI, you can literally put your brain in a pickle jar and have that machine do it. So I cherish these moments, I cherish hard work, even though I hate it. I know it's like strong medicine. It tastes horrible going down, but it makes you feel better.
And before we dive deeper, a real quick ask that if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please take a second now to hit that subscribe button. Thanks! The woke media can be defensive about abortions all they want. Still, coming from someone who was literally born in the negativity of failed abortions, Stallone knows the importance of life. It's horrible that they want to legalize abortions so they can let go of their responsibility without worrying about so many potential lives.
It's odd because the earmarks are there. I'm a little hesitant, but too incredibly repetitive because it was told to me so many times. My mother would say, the only reason you're here is because the hanger didn't work. Or bouncing down those steps didn't cause you to get lost. And she said that, you know, truthfully, Sylvester, and believe it or not, they called me Binky because there was a hairbrush called the Binky brush. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, it said Binky. You know, if there was really something wrong with your brain, I would have definitely opened up the window and put you on the windowsill and let you freeze. Because I'd be doing you a favor. You know, your brain is too young to compute. I almost thought she was joking.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, I mean, what type of mother says that to their child? I mean, that's actually something we've been questioning when we were watching the documentary. Is between us, we all know, you know, the abuse you went through with your mother.
Whether you're a fan or not, you have to give it to this guy for his guts. The guys took no time to think before exposing the scam of behavioral schools.
But that school was so strict and so difficult that anytime you had a problem, you're dealing with another 25 kids in your class. Every one of them had severe, like, violent problems, or they came from home where they had serious issues between their parents and them, just odd. And when you would become truant. Now you lived there, but if you were late for classes or you're flirting with a girl, they would take you to a place called well, it was called Byberry at one time. Then
Oh,
it
yeah, I
turned
remember you saying that.
No, but it's called Park Lodge. And Park Lodge was a building where they would send lifers to. And a lifer is a person that never gets out.
It was
ever.
an insane asylum.
Yeah, pretty much. An insane asylum. It's an insane asylum. And I'm going, what am I doing in an insane asylum? All I was doing was talking to a couple kids. But they would
You were
use it.
sent to the insane asylum?
Yeah.
From
How old were
to
you
punish
here?
you?
Yeah.
Well, how old were you here?
16.
So you were flirting with girls at this behavioral school, and to punish the students, they would like have them go as a retreat.
1
the
week, 2
side.
weeks, 3 weeks.
No way.
Into
Wow.
a padded cell. Yeah.
That's so wrong.
Oh, it's so wrong.
But that was the 60s, and the world evolved. But with the cancel culture and this ultra level of sensitivity among the woke mob, is this what they are trying to do again? But Stallone has never cared about the critics because he wouldn't be in his current position if he did.
That to me was my biggest problem. And it took years to work that out because
Right.
you open your mouth up and you burn a few bridges, and that
Were
was
you-
foolish.
Were you applying that I told you so towards agencies, movie studios, or was it just the world in general?
Mostly critics.
Critics. Okay.
Mostly critics who said you couldn't do it, this and that, or there's certain ways that you come into this business, and I came in a very obtuse way, so I wasn't exactly everyone's favorite. I'm like an anomaly. So I didn't work my way up, in other words. Some actors say, oh, De Niro did this, and Pacino went to that, and they worked their way up. They earned it.
Right.
And so they said you didn't earn it.
Well, they say, I just put it this way: who is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, where did he come from? What are his credentials? He's okay, I guess, for an amateur. That kind of a thing.
And it's like-
No, it's all right. I get it. It's no big deal. That's what sells papers. But the point is, you're supposed to, hopefully, just let it go. Because you won. You got the prize. If you sit there and flaunt it, that's what's really horrible, and that's what, like, a lot of guys make that. And I see it happening, and I go, oh man, I want to give this guy a call and say, just take your win and leave. Don't sit there and grind and make this critic's a fool and that critic's a fool. And it's not true. It's just, that's not how the business works. Listen, you've had critics since they were doing plays of Antigone back in, ancient Greece. It's always been that way.
It's a good thing that, as a society, we have progressed enough to normalize having mental illnesses. But instead of making mental illness your entire personality and being sensitive about it, you have to get help. And no, it won't make your past vanish, but it will give you clarity and perhaps guide you to come out of the woke propaganda.
Well, you just have to say it's going to be there. It's never going to go away.
Inevitable,
And I think you just understand, you have to accept it. It's part of your history, part of your culture. And, okay, I know it's going to arrive, but I'm prepared for it, and it will pass. It's like a bad storm.
Yeah.
It's just, but I think people become disillusioned when they go, oh, well, I sought medical help, I've seen a psychiatrist, and they think their history is going to vanish, and it doesn't, no. But in some ways, it can be a motivating force.
Hell yeah.
Even though it started like as a negative, it can eventually end up as a positive.
Stallone has his values, and no one can make him leave them. The guy can even let go of career opportunities because he would never do something that isn't compelling enough for him. How does that sound to the people-pleasing woke mob?
Did you ever get annoyed that maybe because of your childhood upbringing, now you have this rage, you sort of became a street thug guy, and then you started getting cast as only that role? Did
Yeah.
that ever bother you?
It did, because I saw myself as a funnier person, kind
Right.
of humorous. I would do jokes. I wasn't super social. I mean, I lived in New York for 4 years and never left my room. I never went to a bar, a restaurant, a dance, New Year's Eve.
Was that anxiety or is that just...
No, I just never felt compelled to do it. I don't know why. I would write and I would sit there and watch. I had this black and white TV. But I just didn't feel like I fit in. Like, what do I walk into a bar with a bunch of strangers? I know what's going to happen.
Right.
And that wraps up this video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to like and share this video. Share your favorite Stallone moment in the comments below. See you in the next video. Can you guess who our next bear might be?